Hi, welcome to my channel, The Way to Succulents, The Way to Happiness. In this video, I will show you how to make an arrangement in a wheelbarrow. My friend is running a boba tea store. It's called Uni in downtown Appleton. It's the best boba tea in town. Go and drink. Finally, it's warm up in our area. Winter is gone. And I finally can put this plant outside. So I prepared a special soil for succulents. You see the white portion is perlite and also some beautiful plants. Now I will just put plants away and then put the soil in the wheelbarrow first. The soil I'm using today is 50% of professional growing soil, 45% of perlite, and also 5% of coffee grounds. Look at my bucket. It also has unicorn because my friend loves unicorn. After putting the bucket away, now I will start thoroughly mixing the soil. It's important to mix them well. You may say, wait, what type of soil you normally use? Actually, at different stages of the succulent growing, I do use different percentage and also depends on the environment. This time I put 45% of perlite because this wheelbarrow will sit outdoor, which means I wouldn't control the water, the rain, from falling and watering the plants. So a really good drainage is so important. So that's why the portion of the perlite is quite big. If you grow it indoor, maybe you can do it like 40% perlite and 60% growing soil. I put 5% of coffee grounds is because succulents like slightly acidic soil. I'm hungry for my boba tea. Look, that's their boba tea store. Of course, you can go in, but I'm working today outside. And their summer business hour is much longer. It's from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. on weekends. As always, my fur baby is with me. He's sitting in the car. I mix the soil quite thoroughly with this bottle top. It's quite handy. I'm not the type of person buy a lot of tools. Whatever handy I can use and I just use it. How about you? Like this bottle top, I just cut it in the middle and then leave around 45 degrees angle. It works perfectly. The first plant I'm going to put in is a tall guy. It's called Euphorbia trigona. Indoor, it can grow 10 feet tall. If it's outdoor, it can grow like a tree, much taller, like 20 feet. Now I'm digging a hole in the middle of the wheelbarrow and put that guy in. It's quite an interesting plant. You see the branches on top. You can take any piece off and do your propagation. They actually can send a signal to you to say whether they are thirsty or not. You see here on the top, you don't see leaves. That means they are thirsty. Only this little branch, it does have some leaves. So it's saying, water me. It can flower, but not indoor, only where they originally from, Africa, in the wild. Because it's tall, but you see the root is not big. In order to make it a good balance, I put some heavier oyster cells on the top, so it can keep its balance. Another reason is actually the oyster cells is good for the plants too. Like this little piece, I can crush it and use as calcium for the plant. Warning, its sap is toxic. And the second one I'm using is this big pretty guy. It's commonly called coral reef. Instead of losing the soil, I would just dig a hole and put that guy in. Because the soil I use, I know they are the same. So it wouldn't go through a shock period. Normally when people repot their plants, the plants, because the new soil, the new environment, they get shocked. This second one, it doesn't look really exotic, but I actually love it a lot because you see the stem is turning red. Like when the temperature difference is huge, the leaves actually can turn red too. So it's quite a pretty piece and it belongs to the Crassula family. For propagation, this one, just take off a piece of leaf or just the cutting of the stem and put into the soil, onto the soil. For succulent propagation, remember, do not put into the soil, onto the soil. Actually, is the best for them. The fourth one I'm going to put in is aloe. Everyone seems to know aloe and they are really popular. They are easy growing. Their flower actually is so pretty. Have you ever seen the aloe flower? Actually, they bloom in the winter time. The number 5 plant I'm going to put is this beautiful kalanchoe. It's commonly called flip flap or jack flap. Oh well, I happened to find a piece of leaf. Like I mentioned, I put it on the top of the soil, let it propagate. For this kalanchoe, the most beautiful part is the color of the leaves will turn really dark, bright red. So it's awesome plant. Number 6 plant are 2 types of jade. Look at this one, it's a jade cutting. It's not the whole plant, you see there's no soil. And this one is also a jade on the top of the basket. And I would just put it on the top of the soil and let it root by itself. That's one way of succulent propagation. After these main tall plants, now I will take the second step, use these ground cover to cover the soil to make the wheelbarrow look much prettier. Today I'm using 3 different types of ground cover. The first you can see yellow is called golden moss. It's hardy and it can bear really low temperature, like -30 Fahrenheit. The most I put on is this type. It's commonly called a watch chin. It's also hardy, like I let them sit on the shoreline of my yard, and they just in the spring they show the red color. It's not only green, but you think about they can prevent the weeds growing in the middle. They are stronger than the weeds, so it's brilliant. They are also hardy. I live in Wisconsin, where the temperature can go down to -30 or even lower sometimes, occasionally in the winter, but they never die. And they are really the best ground cover. It saved me a lot of labor because when I use those, I don't need to worry about the garden weeding fabric. I used to use the fabric and then they just flap up with the wind and I have to add mulch on top each year. The third type of the ground cover I'm using is commonly called hung and chicks. They are really awesome. They are one type of sempervivum. And they are hardy too. It seems like the 2 types above. They are, good with June fall. So if you live somewhere really cold like me, these are the best plants. For these ground covers, you don't really need to put the roots in the soil. You just put the roots on the top of the soil. They will just hide themselves and find the soil themselves and the root themselves. So that is really awesome. Today actually I pull them out with a lot of roots. Sometimes I just cut them from the middle and put them down. So I love them a lot. I highly recommend that if you live somewhere and you have a sunny spot, there you have the weeds problem, go with this. The golden moss belong to the sedum family. They are hardy one like I mentioned before, but I love this golden color the most, just because of the color. In my yard, I also have some blues. They are turning red or purplish now because of the temperature difference, but I still love the golden one the most. Now it's the treating plant's turn. They are not hardy. Commonly, they are called the donkey's tail. It's just because it does grow really long, like 6 feet long, and it just keep going longer and longer. It's quite pretty, and I put it here at the handle part of the wheelbarrow, so people wouldn't really come to that section and knock the leaves down. For them, the propagation, there are two ways. One way is from the cutting. You just cut one piece of the, like from the stem, and you just put onto the soil, it will root. And the second way to propagate it is the leaves. If the leaves fall, look here, on the ground there are some falling leaves. Don't just dump them. You can just pick them up and put on the top of the soil. Eventually they will root and grow with baby plants, but actually it will just take quite a while, like 6 months. That's about succulents. When you do the propagation, don't just check every day. Just do like a month. Most of them like propagate growing with new plants in a month. But some of them take much longer, like this donkey's tail. It will take 6 months. Isn't that long? But it's really pretty plant. When grow long enough and it's treating more, it's so pretty. I sometimes think they are waterfall because they are growing longer and longer. And I'm thinking to use them as curtains. What do you think? Maybe the string of pearls or bananas or dolphins, they can be used as curtains. I will do an experiment and take a video and show you if you like. Please give me a thumb up for my videos. Your encouragement is really important to me, which would help me with keep videoing and editing these programs and share these with you. If you like, please also subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Okay, after around 1 hour, I'm almost done. What do you think? It doesn't look very pretty now. It needs some sunlight and it needs some time to grow. And eventually, like in a week or two, the color and the shape would show better. I may take some picture and share with you. And welcome to check my channel again. You can also find me by Facebook page, The Way to Succulent, where actually I share a lot of pictures there. Here I mainly share videos. I actually love these social medias because they really give people who ever have the same hobby the platform, so they can share information and they can learn from each other. What do you think? Welcome to follow my page and also my channel. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Appleton area, and you are invited to Uni to have a cup of boba tea. If you are mention you are my friend to the boss, and she will give you some discount. Thank you again for watching my video, and hope you have a nice day. Bye for now.